Hello everyone, this is T and I'm back with another video. This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. I'd like to talk about abuse. Um, Abuse that it could be mentally abuse, it could be physical abuse. There are a lot of people that go through that, and I myself went through that. My mother went through that. I'm not sure if her mother went through it. Uh, it's a terrible thing to go through. It's a curse that needs to be broken. Just as I tell my kids, be the ones that break this curse of mental or abusive relationships. I was almost killed um, through physical abuse, and I've also went through mental abuse. And I think mental abuse is harder to me because you can't. It's hard to prove there are no scars because it's all in the head. That's why they call it mental. It's all up here, and they try to mentally abuse you by saying gosh, you didn't do this today. You stupid. Certain things like that. The good thing about it it didn't break me, but I had the willpower to get out right then and there, right after it happened. I didn't stay, and I didn't care if I lost my place or whatever. I was really thinking about my kids, and I didn't want them. And they were young, thank God. But even the young ones tend to stay in their mind as well. So I just thought, okay, the best thing I could do is just go ahead and leave. So when he left to go to the store or something like that, or to hang out with his buddies or whatever he did, I took them and we left. We went to stay with my mom. That's where we've been staying ever since, till we found our own. So, well, yeah, I just want to say abuse is terrible. Any kind of abuse, and it could be a woman abusing a man. It could be you abusing. It could be it could be vice versa. It could be an abuse of an animal that you have. Yes, there are all kinds of abuse. Um, because if somebody's going to abuse you, of course they will abuse um, the dog that you have. They will abuse the children. It's crazy. It's terrible. There's abuse at people's workplaces where once they walk by a guy, they get smacked in the butt. Stuff like that. There's all kinds of abuse. But I just wanted to come on here and say, if anybody's being abused in any type of way, please get out. It's not worth it to stay just because you don't want to lose your beautiful home. You don't want to be homeless. You're not used to it. But guess what? You're going to have your life. You're going to be able to go on. You're going to be able to live life and hopefully marry or just date someone else that's going to show you how you're supposed to be treated, because a lot of us believe that that is the way that we're supposed to be treated, like a dog, like an animal, and even an animal does deserve to be treated the way people get treated through some type of abuse. um it's just it's a terrible it's a terrible thing to be abused, because you don't know who's being abused. You could walk by a person and not know, that they're being abused. It's it's something that you sometimes want to hide. Um, I mean, if you see someone and they're looking a little sad, or just say you're okay, and you could be the one that's going to help that person. You could be the one that's going to, help that person to get out of that situation, or into a better life, into a better situation. Um, Well, yes, that's a curse that has to be broken, or it'll just keep being passed on and passed on. I mean, to different every generation, in your home, or you could meet somebody else that's been abused as well, and you guys get together, and that won't be good. So, So there are places you can go. If this is happening to you, as I said, mental, physical, whatever. Um, some women will say, I have a girlfriend. She would tell me, "Oh, he just smacked me," and I said, "Well, he shouldn't be smacking you. He shouldn't be putting his hands on you at all." Um, she would come and stay with me, but after a while, she would go back. So a lot of women do tend to go back. Um, because I guess they just miss their life, regardless of what's going on. They miss that life of being there with a husband and the kids. Some people just want that family. You know, they don't want to tear that family apart. But you have to think about your life. Your life is way more important. So I am here to tell you, I survived it. I am a survivor. This is my testimony. It left me blind in one eye and a little sight in the other. Um, I have a tad memory loss, so some things it takes me a while to say because I can't remember the words. So yeah, but it happened at one time and I got out. I couldn't. So I am a survivor. That I am a testimony, and I'm a testimony, and I'm here to tell you that you can get out. You can be the one to stop that abuse. You do not want your kids to think this is the way of life. That you have to live that way when you don't. So please, mental or physical, get out. And I love you. And if you have any questions or anything about it, I'm here for anybody who wants to know anything, who wants to. You can't cry on my shoulder, but I can be your virtual friend. I will help you through it. God is good. Prayer works. And I love you all. And I thank you. Bye bye.